Hi, my name is Ilya Burkov, team leader at the West LA Graduate Campus, Graduate Campus Tech Support at Pepperdine University. In the next few minutes, we'll be going over a brief overview of courses powered by Sakai. There are a few ways that you can access courses. The first way is by going to courses.pepperdine.edu. There is another way to get to courses. That is by navigating into wavenet.pepperdine.edu, logging in, going to Academic Resources, and then going to Courses Powered by Sakai. Let's assume that we've logged into Courses, as we have over here. How do you access courses? How do you access a course? Well, you'll see on the top here that any courses you're enrolled in my case I'm enrolled in 2 courses this term, and on the left here you can see how to navigate to different tools within your course. So when you start in courses, whenever you log in, you start in My Workspace. And that's why you see messages from all of your courses or all of the sites you're enrolled in. They're also called sites. You may notice that there are only 2 courses listed here. But when I went to more sites, there are a lot more listed there. Let's go to the course site, Orientation and Tech Center. And here, we're going to go over some of the tools, some of the common tools in courses. Announcements is the first tool. You click on the announcements on the left and you'll see a particular announcement which was made over 10 days ago, so last year in this case. And these are some comments that your professors deem that you may want to know about certain expectations they have of you guys, of the students, and what you should know about some of the tools we offer from IT. Now, you guys can look through that at your own time. By the way, whenever you're in a tool, you can go back to the original page by clicking the reset button. It's these 2 blue arrows. And that will take you back to the main tool, the announcements page. The next tool I'd like to go over is the syllabus. It's the first thing you'll want to see in your class. Here's the syllabus, as well as some materials we're going to go over during this tutorial. By the way, you can print it up here if you want. It'll allow you to print it in a more friendly view. Of course, your assignments. There is a sample assignment here. I'm going to show you guys how to make a sample assignment. So here you have when it's open, when it's due in red. So make sure you do it by this date, and whether or not you've started it already. If you click on sample assignment, you will see certain information here, when it's due again, how many times you can submit it again, how many points, again if you've started it, how often you can resubmit it, meaning after this date you can't submit it again, and any instructions here, as well as any additional resources. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this file here. I'm going to follow the instructions. Let's follow the steps. Basically change the name of the file to your last name and upload it. So let me do that on my end over here. Here it is. Okay, well, we've done the assignment. Let's go ahead and attach it. Go to Browse, go to Downloads, point it to the file. You guys on Windows, you're going to see a very similar thing. And you'll see your attachments has been uploaded. Now, pay specific attention to the bottom button here, Submit. Until you push Submit, no one will be able to see your assignment. Just adding it is not enough, so make sure you submit. Once you've submitted it, you're going to get an email with this information as proof that you've submitted it. So if there's any questions on whether or not you've submitted your assignment, this is your proof with an ID and the time it was submitted. Let's go back, reset button. There we go. It's been submitted 2/26 on the 26th. what we're going to go over right now is the forums tool. When you go to a forum, you have the name of the forum and any topics for discussion. In this case, it's a leadership exercise. And then there is a quick overview of what it is. Let's review leadership. And if you want more detail, let's say this was an assignment for you. It's an exercise. You click on View Full Description. And here's that video I mentioned. Here are the instructions. Here is the content that you want to answer. So basically this would be your teacher giving you questions. So if we click on leadership exercise, we are in our first topic of discussion in this forum, also called a subforum. Okay, so you'll notice in red here that you must post to this topic before you can view any messages. What that means is you will not be able to see other people's responses for your forum in this discussion until you add your own. Basically, until you add some feedback or start your own conversation, basically raise your hand and give your feedback, you won't be able to know what other people said. And that's to prevent you from, listening to someone's answer and just saying, I agree. They want you to give your honest feedback on what you thought without simply repeating what someone else said. So in order to get this to go away and to see what content is in this discussion, we want to go to Start a New Conversation. Now, the first thing you do is create a title, like a title for a paper. I'm going to call it Video Feedback. This was a good video. I learned a lot. Okay. Now, I may not have answered the questions. You guys may have to forgive me. But basically, you would answer under View Full Description. Did you enjoy it? Did you learn something new? What do you find was missing? That's fine. Let's just do our first post here. This is a good video. I learned a lot. By the way, any other manipulation of your post is up here, similar to Word. And by the way, you can add attachments. So if you click Add Attachments, you can add an attachment from your computer or an attachment that is shared with you to the class, which is called a resource, which I'll go over next. But let's say I wanted to add a file. I don't know, this file is very relevant to this discussion. Let's say it's my sample document here on student tech orientation. Let's pretend it's valuable. Once we have it attached, again, click Continue, and there you go. Once you're ready with your discussion and your feedback, go ahead and click Post. And that's it. Everybody can see this post now. This will forever be immortalized in this leadership exercise under Orientation and Tech Center. And so anybody can click on Video Feedback and see what I posted. Pretty cool, right? Okay. So again, we have resources. As I went over in your project site, well, this is the resources for this orientation. And resources don't just have to be files. They can be links. So if I click on the tech handout, well, I have a tech handout here. That's very cool, right? And you'll see it open in Adobe Reader. Well, there are also links. These little globes here are links. And so if you wanted to install Flash again, you click on the Install Adobe Flash link, and it'll take you to that page I went over in the beginning of the tutorial. And so resources can be any files or links or anything that'll give you value in whatever course you're in. And the last thing that we want to go over in courses is how to get help. So you may have noticed, I don't know if you guys did, let's go back to one of our course sites, the Orientation and Tech Center, that every single piece of courses has a little help button. I don't know if you noticed it. There's one here, here, and here. It's very nifty because if you have a question on any specific part of courses, no matter what it is, let's say about announcements, you can click on the Announcements help button. And Here, I'll move this over. It tells you all of the things you may want to know about that particular tool and any questions you may have, frequently asked questions. So if you wanted to have a question on forums, let's go back, reset. Here's the help button for forums. Let me move this over. Here it is. What is the forums? What are they? What is different terminology? Frequently asked questions. That is the first way you guys can get help. The second way you guys can get help is if you call our help desk, which is available 24/7, 365 days a year. The phone number is 1-866-767-8623, toll free in the United States, and they'll be available to answer any questions you may have on courses.